Knifedope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. Knifedope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Got a new series of knives that we're going to be taking a look at this morning. These are coming from Kizer. I got 3 of them we're going to be taking a look at. But before we get into that, I also wanted to give you guys an update. This is the Devo Growler version 2. Don't get it fucked up. This was the one that I had originally ordered last week. I was sent the aluminum version by mistake. And although I like that aluminum version, I really wanted this carbon fiber one. So I did send it back. Justin from White Mountain Knives was very quick in getting me my correct version. And I'm so glad that that I decided to send it back. This one hits different. I'll tell you guys that. Version 1, which was OEM'd by a company we shall not name, cannot hold a candle to this version, which was OEM by Kubi. So big shout out to the Devo boys as usual. I am impressed. And big shout out to Kubi for making a great knife. Highly recommend it. This is the Devo version 2 of the Growler. So that's just a quick update on that. Now let's get to the dope. Okay, like I mentioned, we've got 3 knives, all coming from Kizer. Now, this is a first for Kizer. This is, as a matter of fact, let's see if I got an inlay. This is called the Laconic series. I would classify this along the same lines of what Civivi is doing with Sencut and what Bestech is doing with Bestechman, where they're trying to give you that sub $50 range on budget knives. This is going to be the first time I'm taking a look at these. This is a quick little rundown of what they're claiming this series is about. Pause and read if you like. So let's go ahead and check these out. But first, if you do enjoy the content, I'd ask that you would share, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe, goddammit. It does help the channel. It does trick that algorithm. And it does help your boy to go viral. Okay, enough of that shit. This first one is going to be the Yacht. Now, stand by, because these names are kind of fucking weird. But this is the Yacht. This one comes in, I believe, at $45. We've got a G10 scales, open back construction. Closed length on this comes in at 4.09 inches. We've got single form of deployment, which is the flipper, traditional flipper. Now, right out the gate, one thing I'm going to tell you I'm not a fan of is there is absolutely no jimping on that goddamn flipper. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot anyways. Okay, it is rather snappy, you know. Now, they claim, as far as the name goes on this, they drew inspiration from, wait for it, small yachts. Don't necessarily know if I look at this knife and think of small yachts, but that's what they're claiming. And then also they claim that after meticulous testing, this flipper tab on this knife was adjusted to achieve the most labor-saving angle. So basically, if you're a lazy fuck, this flipper is going to be money for you. Overall length on this one comes in at 7.09 inches. We've got a blade length coming in at 2.99. Our blade stock is 11/100ths of an inch. Rocking 9CR 18 MOV blade steel. This version's got a nice stonewash finish, which Kizer does well. Minimal billboarding. We've only got the knife model name on the lock side, which is the Yacht. And then we've got that customary Kizer logo. I initially thought this was a hollow grind, but it's not. It's a flat. The blade looks great, you know. As far as the geometry, I think it's going to do some good cutting. Ergonomically, you see we've got these 3 finger grooves, which normally I'm not a fan of. But nonetheless, I can get a full purchase, no refund on this one. Nice bit of jimping there at the base of the spine. And Kizer's customary action. Let's go ahead and put up a couple of quick ones for some comparison to give you guys a better idea on this one. And I decided to keep them all in the same price point to keep it fair. So first up, we're coming with the Bestechman. This one is the Mini Dundee. So we can see that the yacht is a little bit smaller than the Mini Dundee. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, just a hair smaller. Last up, I know that the Miguron Mayoro gets all the acclaim, and deservedly so, but this one might just be better. This one is the Miguron Pagos 2 front flipper rendition. And we can see here that that is actually bigger than the yacht. And as far as price point goes, I believe this is just in that same range. As a matter of fact, I know it is. I think this comes in at about $46, $48. And for this one, we're getting 14C 28N blade steel. We're getting that jimped front flipper, thumb studs, and a goddamn titanium pocket clip. So I think, you know, Kizer probably could have given us a little bit more, but, you know, it is what it is. So that's the first one, and that is the Kizer Yacht. Okay, let's see what the next one is. This next one is the Swedge. Once again, we've got some names that leave something to be desired. And once again, we've got a nice flipper tab. This one, I'm digging the geometry of this one a little bit more out the gate. Also, we've got some jimping on that flipper. Pierce, we've got this, I'm going to call it like a butterscotch color on these G10 scales. Ambidextrous pocket clip tip up. Single form of deployment, which is that flipper. Okay, this one was better. I'm definitely liking this flipper a lot better. D10 seems to be a little bit more snappy. Close length on this one, well, rather price point on this one was a couple of dollars more. This one came in at $47. Close length was 4.53. Overall length comes in at 7.95, so nice full-size knife. Blade stock comes in at 1100s with a blade length of 3.43 inches. Once again, they're using that same 9CR 18 MOV blade steel. This one's got a nice, beautiful black wash finish. High flat grind. Same bit of branding. We've got the model name on one side and then that Kizer logo on the show side. Open back construction once again. This is an AZO design. Weight on this comes in at 3.49 ounces. Now, when I look at this one, I think that they made this to kind of be a direct competitor to the Civivi Elementum. You know, that's kind of the vibes I'm getting. But let's put up some comparisons for this one. Keeping that same Bestechman energy, possibly. People seem to forget about this one, but this was one of the best budget knives, I believe, this year. And that's going to be the Bestechman Ronin. Same price point, you know, $50. We were getting the crossbar lock, 14C 28N blade steel with that titanized titanium coating on the blade, G10 scales, stainless steel liners. You know, once again, I feel that Kizer could have possibly given a little bit more to try to do a direct competition with these companies. Last up, but certainly not least, legendary status. We're talking about the Kubi Momentum. Shout out to the OG, Sharif Manganis. He is currently doing a pre-order for the Kaimano. So please try to support a good member of the community. And we can see here that the Swedge is smaller than that. So far out of the yacht and the Swedge, I'm digging the Swedge a little bit more. So it fits in the hand nice, great action, tons of access to disengage that liner lock. And yeah, better flipper tab in my honest opinion. They've even got that nice jimping going down the spine of the blade. This one I'm not mad at. Yeah, for sure. Kizer Swedge. Okay, last one. This one is the Amicus. Yeah, Amicus. Again, I don't know what these goddamn names are about. This is also an AZO design. This one's actually a button lock / plunge lock. Price point on this one's $48. We've got this beautiful black G10 scales with some nice texture on it. Once again, open back construction. Once again, single form of deployment, which is that flipper. This flipper does have some jimping as well. This seems to be more of a low profile flipper, but let's go ahead and deploy the knife. First off though, the close length is 3.9 inches. Okay, snappy goddamn D10 on this one. This one's probably got the best D10, believe it or not, which is normally rare on these plunge locks. Overall length comes in at 6.85, so this one is also the smaller of the three so far. Blade length comes in at 2.95 inches. Nice slicey blade. We got a nice full flat grind with a blade stock coming in at 11/100ths of an inch. Once again, that same 9CR 18 MOV. Once again, that same minimal billboarding. We've got the Kizer logo and the model name. Button actuation is nice and smooth, you know. It's straight dropped, comes right back to the house. Knife, for the most part, is mostly concealed, you know, entirely. You do have a little bit of it that sticks out. I would have loved to have them have put a thumb stud on there or even a cutout. But, you know, it is what it is. Ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. Now, the name Amicus, at least there was a little bit more, something that I can understand a little bit more. The name Amicus in Latin, or rather the name Amicus is Latin for friend. So I guess they're trying to make the claim that this is your EDC friendly carry, so to speak, you know, or it should be your friend, goddammit. It should be in your pocket all the time, according to them. Overall weight on this one came in at 2.79 ounces. Let's put up some comparisons for this one as well. Now, another company that I kind of forgot about when I mentioned the Bestechman and Sencut is going to be Artisan Cutlery's budget line, which is the CJRB. And so now that I pull out this CJRB Echo, I'm actually reminded of just how much they're giving us for the same price point. You know, this Amicus is $48. The budget version to the Echo, which is by far my, I would venture to say, well, number one, we know that it's the unofficial overseas knife of my channel, but it's definitely contender top 2, top 3 knives of the year for me in that price point. So we can see here that the Amicus is smaller than the Echo. Last but certainly not least, continuing with those same CJRB vibes, we're going back to this one. Old school, throwback status. We're looking at the CJRB Feldspar. That one was actually a White Mountain Knives exclusive. And that one actually, when I bought that last year, that one came in under, it was in the low 40s if I remember. It might have been like 30 something, to be honest with you, with the discount code. So, you know, just look at that. You know, they're giving us the same plunge lock, AARPM 9 blade steel on both of these. Micarta scales, you know, ambidextrous pocket clip. I think, you know, granted, I can understand what Kizer's trying to do. You know, they're trying to throw their hat in that you know, that real budget ring. And I can understand and appreciate that. They do make great knives. But I think that, you know, they could have done a little bit better on this one. Something else I noticed on this is actually the only liner they have in here is literally about this long. Right where that screw is at, that's the only bit of steel liners you got on both sides. The rest of this is just straight G10 that has been milled. So hence why we've got such a light weight on this one. This one was, like I mentioned, 2.79 ounces. So I would possibly say that this one out of the three is probably my favorite. And then we're going to follow that up with the Swedge. And last, bringing up the rear, is that Yacht. I do like the blade shape of the Yacht, but I think I like the Amicus overall better. What do you fuckers think? Are you a fan of these budget lines? Are you a fan of the Kizer budget line? Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!